and gently close your eyes. Now you have closed your outer eyes, but you have to open your inner eyes. With the help of your inner eyes, try to observe your feet, how they are resting on the ground. Mark your position, whether you are sitting upright or not. Witness your stomach movements. When you inhale, your stomach comes up. When you exhale, it goes down. Feel the contraction and expansion at your chest area. When you inhale, there is expansion, and when you exhale, there is a contraction. Feel this expansion and contraction at chest area. Mark the position of your hands, how they are resting. Relax both the shoulders, neck part. Witness both the lips, how they are joined together. Witness the position of your tongue, how it is resting inside the teeth. Relax your facial muscles. Calm your eyes. Upper part of your eyes, like a doors, they are gently closed. Now try to feel the touch of air at your nostril. When you inhale, you may feel the cool touch. When you exhale, it may be a warm touch. Try to feel the touch of air at your nostril. Now I will sing one devotional prayer, and you will have to listen silently. ओ शक्ति हमें दो, दया निधे कर्तव्य मार्ग पर डट जाए वो शक्ति हमें दो। दया निधे कर्तव्य मार्ग पर डट जाए, पर सेवा पर उपकार में हम निज जीवन सफल बना जाए, वो शक्ति हमें दो। हम दीन दुखी निबलों अबलों के प्रभु, सेवक बन संताप हरें। हम दीन दुखी निबलों अबलों के प्रभु, सेवक बन संताप हरें। जो हैं भूले भटके अटके उनको तारे खुद तर जाए, वो शक्ति हमें दो। दया निधे कर्तव्य मार्ग पर डट जाए, पर सेवा पर उपकार में हम निज जीवन सफल बना जाए, वो शक्ति हमें दो। Feel the silence. Now take one deep long breath, and while exhaling, slowly open your eyes. So friends, today we'll start the text Ghiran Samhita. As yesterday I was talking with you that the first verse of Ghiran Samhita is one and the same, which is available in Hatapradipika. So few of the texts they have omitted this verse. They have started directly with a dialogue between Chandkapali and Ghirinda. So the first verse, which is one and the same in Hatapradipika as well as in Ghirin Samhita, is Adish Ishwaraya Pranamami Tasmai Yenopadishta Hariyoga Vidya Virajate Pronat Raja Yogam Aruda Micho Adhirohiniva. Here it is a kind of the tradition of India is to give some we call it Mangalacharan. You may be aware sometime why we are using the Mangalacharan words or the auspicious words, with a view to complete the work without any hindrance or without any obstacle. That is the purpose of Mangalacharan. There are various kinds of Mangalacharan. Namaskaratmak, as here, whether it is written by Ghirinda or written by Swatmarama, this verse. So they are going down to the Adishwaraya. Adishwaraya stands for the Lord Shiva. Adinath is considered to be Lord Shiva. Because Hadiyogic literature has accepted that Lord Shiva is considered to be the originator of yoga. But if you go through the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, The first 4 verses, they make it clear. Lord Krishna himself says, Imam vivasvate jnanam prahuraham abhyam. I am unchanging phenomena, and this knowledge related to Yoga Vidya first was handed over to Vivasvan, and Vivasvan stands for the sun. Vivasvan handed over that knowledge to Manu, Manu handed over that knowledge to Ikshvaku, and Arjuna, in between, this knowledge was lost. And the same knowledge is being imparted today to you. On the basis of this verse, here Lord Krishna says that I am unchanging phenomena, and this Vidya, Yoga Vidya, was given to Vivasvan by me. And Hadi Yogic literature, Hadi Yogic people, they say, Adinath, Lord Shiva, is considered to be the expounder, you can say. If you go through Mahabharata, Hiranyagarbho yogasya bhakta nanya puratanaha. Hiranyagarbha. Who is this Hiranyagarbha? We do not know. We do not get any kind of reference. But this verse is available in Mahabharata. Hiranyagarbha is the expounder of yoga. Now, if you go a little back, the Vedic mantras, they are not written by man. They are also considered to be godly wisdom. The rishis, and how we are understanding the rishis, the word rishi, the mantra drashtara harishyaha, those who have seen the mantras. So these people, rishi, who have developed that kind of vision, and this vision cannot be developed without the help of yoga. It means the rishis were also the practitioners of yoga, with the help of which they could develop that kind of vision, and in that vision they could see the mantras, and whatever they have seen, they have written. And therefore, we used to call Vedas as Apaurusheya, means it is not written by man. So, the parampara, the tradition of India is, when we start this Atha Yoga Anushasanam, the first sutra or Patanjali Yoga Sutra, some of the commentators, they have raised a question that Patanjali does not follow the tradition of India, because one should use the Mangala Charana, the auspicious words in the beginning. Mangaladini, Mangal Madhyani, Mangalantani cha Shastrani. The Shastras, in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end, auspicious words are to be used. And if you are using these auspicious words, it means that you are following the tradition properly. But this was a wrong conviction of the commentators, because it is said, Omkaro at shabda doveto brahmana pura kantham bhitva viniryato tasmat mangalika bhubau. Because Patanjali uses the word at. At and om. These are the two words which came out from the mouth of Brahma, and therefore this at and om are considered to be auspicious words. And Patanjali has not made any mistake while starting his Yoga Sutra. He has used the word at in the beginning, and this at is an auspicious word. Similarly, wherever you go. Now, dear friends, there is a process how to go through the book. This is to be understood properly, because you people are not acquainted with Gheranda Samhita, but you people are acquainted with Bhagavad Gita. So let us understand, if we have to start reading Bhagavad Gita, what kind of knowledge or what kind of things we should have in our mind before starting the Bhagavad Gita. So, some of the Nyayikas, they have given the methodology how to go through the books, how to read the books. They have given the 6 components. And what are they? Upakram, Upsamhar. Upakram means the introductory part. What is the introductory part of Bhagavad Gita? And what is the Upsamhar? Means the end aspect of Bhagavad Gita. Means whatever you are going to present before the people, it should be introduced in the beginning, and whatever you are introducing in the beginning, it should be achieved at the end. If you are not achieving that at the end, it means there is no use of your writing. In the beginning, Lord Arjuna is now refusing to fight. He is totally infatuated. He himself says, Karpanya dosho bhit svabhava, prichhami tvam ham samud cheta. I am totally infatuated now. I do not know what to do and what not to do. So, this is the introductory part of Bhagavad Gita. The Arjuna is infatuated, and because of his infatuations, he is refusing to fight. This is the Upakram, this is the introductory part of this text. Now, what is the Upsamhara? If we go through the 18th chapter, Nashto Moha Smriti Labdha. Now, I have overcome my infatuation, and now I will Nashto Moha Smriti Labdha. I have received that memory. Now I will kill them all. This is the Upsamhara. So these 2 parts are very, very important. In between, whenever you are presenting something, if you are not giving some new thing to the readers, then what is the use of writing? So what is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita? Is to set forth the Karma Yoga. And again, it is emphasized that you have to Yuddhasva, Yuddhaya Krita Nishchaya. Repeatedly, that is the Abhyasa. Abhyas. Time and again. He has given some examples. Live like a lotus in this world. These are the examples. Then only you will be able to do. What is the reality? All these things means the examples as well as these are the 6 factors with the help of which we can. I have written one article. It is in Hindi, and there is a Ritambara Pragya, Samatva, a conceptual study. It is a Sankalpanatmaka Adhyayan. So, wherein I have mentioned all this. So, if you people are interested, give me your email ID, or I will give you my email ID to you, and you may write to me, and I will send. Say for example, yesterday I was talking about Anushthan and Abhyas. What is the difference in both the concepts? That article is on. I was talking about asana. Some new things you will get. The new ideas about Yoga Sutra you will be able to get. So this is the email ID, brsharma@kdham.com. So friends, today, the Ghirinda is what you say, Adishwaraya Pranamami. I bow down to Adishwara, Tasmai, Yeno Pudishta Hathuvo Yoga Vidya, the one who has taught us the Hatha Yoga Vidya. Virajate pronit Raj Yogam Arudamicho Adirohiniva. This Hatha Yoga, considered to be a ladder who wants to achieve the state of Raj Yoga. Yesterday, I was talking with you that if your practices, even in Upanishadic literature, we are getting two types of Vidya, Paravidya and Aparavidya. All physical sciences, all sciences, they are considered to be Aparavidya. But this Aparavidya, if it is not leading you towards the Paravidya, then there is no use of it. Similarly, if Hatha Yoga is considered to be the ladder for Raj Yoga. Hatha Yoga with Raj Yogaya Hatha Vidya Upadishyate. So if you are practicing, do not limit your practice only up to the physical health or your mental health or your emotional health. You have to keep that goal in mind, dear friends. To reach that state, who am I? You will be able to understand. This goal should be kept in mind in the beginning. If you limit yourself only to overcome your this problem or that problem, then your vision will be limited. Therefore, keep the longer vision. You were listening yesterday about yoga therapy. Yoga therapy is not the main purpose of yoga. This therapy is a byproduct. It happens automatically when you keep that highest goal in your mind. If you work for unfolding the spiritual dimensions in your life, automatically, physically you will be fit, mentally you will be fit, emotionally you will be balanced. There will be no problem at all. These are the byproducts. When we are talking about the all problems can be from the physical body, problems can be through the mind. Okay? So when your body is not properly, if it is suffering from some problem, it will disturb the mind. You will not be, if there is a pain, you will not be able to contemplate anywhere, Your whole attention will be towards that pain. And if you are disturbed at the Manomaya Kosha, then automatically everything, your pranic energy will be disturbed and your whole system will be, as yesterday we were talking, that prana not only enlivens the body but responsible for each and every function of the body. So when mind is disturbed, it disturbs the energy, prana, and prana, which is responsible for everything, will be disturbed. So this goal should be kept in mind. It is not only for the sake of health. And if you are thinking only about the health, this is also good, but keep in mind, our concept of health is entirely different than that of Western concept of health. What is our concept of health? If we go through the Sutra Sthana of Sushruta, you will find the definition of health: Samadosha, Samagni, Samadhatu, Malkriya, Prasanna Atmendriya Manaha, Swastha Ityavadhiyate. This is the definition. So, yoga as well as the Ayurveda does not divide man in watertight compartments. It considers man as a whole, encompassing body, mind and spirit. Keeping that aspect in mind, we have to deal with the text, we have to deal with the concept of yoga. Only for the sake of something, just because if you are mentally prasanna atmendriya mana, what it says? Samadosha, Vata, Pitta and Kapha, when they are in the balanced condition. Samadhatu, all dhatus are in the balanced condition. Malkriya, when your body is capable to expel out the waste material systematically, then prasanna atmendriya manaha. This is what is the mental health, prasanna atmendriya mana. This is what is the chit prasadana. Yesterday I was talking about. So, swastha, when you stay in your true swarupa, it is called swastha. When you get established in your true swarupa, I am not the body, I am not the mind. Have you heard this metaphorically in Kathopanishad? Beautifully it is said, this body is considered to be the chariot, Rath, Are you aware of this? No need to, yes, no need to talk about this. But thing is, this is my own way to explain or interpret that all your indriyas, they are considered to be the horses, and man is considered to be the rein, and rein is under the control of the intellect. If rein is under the proper control, the horses will run towards the destiny. If you release the rein, लगाम को ढीला छोड़ देंगे तो क्या होगा? घोड़े इधर उधर जाएंगे, जहां जहां उनको हरी घास दिखेगी वहां वहां भागेंगे वो, और डेस्टिनी पे नहीं पहुंच पाएंगे. Therefore, there is a need to rein. उसको रीन को कस के पकड़ने की जरूरत है. So friends, स्वस्थता, our concept of स्वस्थ is all inclusive. Emotionally, everything, that is what is the. So, what is the cause of ill health? And what is the cause of the proper health? Yesterday I was talking, maneva manushyanam karanam bandha moksha. In Yoga Vasishtha it is said. So mind is responsible. Have you heard about a person who was suffering from cancer? He was in Mumbai and he could overcome. And the person claims, he has written a book. He claims that he taught each and every cell of his body. He taught each and every cell of the body, and he could overcome this cancer problem without any medication. In the beginning, he took medication, no doubt about it. But thereafter, have you heard about this? The person is from Mumbai and he has written one book also. I forget the name of the book, but that is there. So this is what we have to, when we start anything, we should be clear about the purpose. What is the purpose of reading this book? That purpose is to be clear. In the beginning it is, so Gherend also says, you should consider this, whatever the practices you are going to do on the name of Bhatti Yoga, consider it as a ladder, but you have to go, where you have to go? रोड राजयोगम, राजयोग पहुंचने के लिए. राजयोग मीन्स समाधि, इन अदर वर्ड्स इट इज ए सिनोनिम ऑफ समाधि. व्याधि. Of course, all problems in the beginning, because your manomaya kosh is disturbed, it disturbs the prana. Then when prana is disturbed, there will be problem in the body. Vyadhi is one pole and samadhi is the other pole. And I don't consider this samadhi as that you have to close your eyes and you have to sit in one corner of the room. I don't consider that samadhi as samadhi. Samadhi means total integration of your personality. Total integration of your personality. When you see a person who is happy, immediately you should become happy. If you see a person who is suffering, you are suffering. You should suffer. If someone is suffering, if you see, that is means if you are able to do this, or in other words, if your head, 3H, head, heart and hands, if they are going together, you are in the state of samadhi according to me. Is it okay? Three H. Gatast Yoga Yogesh Tattva Jnana. Acha, okay. So Mangalacharana is of 3-4 kinds. Namaskaratmak and what you call Ashirvadatmak. In Kumar Sambhav, if you go through it is a traditional thing, I think that no use of it for you people. Gatastu Yogam Yogesha Tattva Jnanasya Karanam. Idanim Shrotumichhami Yogeshwar Bad Prabho. Now, Chandakapali, the king, is requesting, and what are the adjectives he has used? Yogesha. He is talking about Ghirinda. Yogesha, He Prabho, Tattva Jnanasya Karanam. I would like to understand what is this Gatastha Yoga, which is said to be the cause of the Tattva Jnana, the reality. That is what I want. His purpose is not, that is what in the beginning it is made clear. His purpose is not to overcome the certain, मेरा सिर दुख रहा है इसलिए शीतली प्राणायाम कर लो, मेरा पेट दुख रहा है तो तुम ये कर लो, तुम्हारा यो दुख रहा है तो वो कर लो. There is no capsule, holistic approach, no piecemeal approach. What for this Chandakapali is asking? Tattva Jnanasya Karanam. Let me know. What is the cause of through which I can understand the reality, Tattva Jnana. So, Gatastu Yoga Yogesha Tattva Jnanasya Karanam Idanim Shrotumichhami. I would like to hear from your mouth, Yogeshwara Bad Prabho. So, hey Yogeshwara, hey, who is said to be the Yogeshwara? Only Lord Krishna. Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishna Dhanurudhara. So Yogeshwar means he is means Sreshth Yogi. So Ghirinda, a Lord Master of Yoga. So he says that I would like to know about the Shrotumichhami, about what? Gatastha Yogam, of Gatastha Yoga, which leads to the knowledge of reality, which is the cause of the reality. That is what I want. So here, our purpose should be, dear friends, we have limited our approach. We are talking about the liberation, we are talking about many things. It should be, we have to pass a resolution in the beginning. A kind of sankalpa we have to do. Sankalpa, unless you do any sankalpa, you will not be able to be successful whatever you are going to do. So you have to pass a resolution. Say for example, every morning if we get up and sit on the bed and we'll do some sankalpa, pass a resolution. Today I am not going to speak lies. Pass a resolution. Whole day I am not going to speak lies. There will be situation where you have to speak lie. Your inner guide will remind you, oh, you have passed a resolution in the morning. In spite of that, you are going to speak lies. If you supersede, your strength will be decreased. And if you are successful, your strength will be increased and you will be able to withstand in any kind of situation of life. Therefore, there is a need to pass a resolution. Now he is a king asking a yogi that let me know what is the cause of this reality, I wanted to know. So if Gatastha Yoga, only by knowing this Gatastha Yoga, if someone can reach to or someone can attain that reality, I would like to, this is my sankalpa that I would like to know the reality. So in day-to-day life, friends, these are the relevant, everything is relevant. These were the relevance at the time of Vedas, these were the relevant at the time of Patanjali, these are the relevant at the time of Ghirinda. Everything is relevant. So, It depends upon our own sankalpa, what we want. Is it okay for you, or please let me know. Otherwise, I can just translate the verses and I can go ahead. Is it okay for you? Because translation you will be able to get in the book, which is provided to you. But whatever is being, so it may not be. Okay. Sadhu sadhu mahabaho. Now the word mahabaho, this word is also used mahabali, mahabaho, mahabali. There is a one picture, recently. Bahubali. Now it is also for the muscle power, but Mahabaho, because he is serving the praja, because he is a king, and therefore he is calling. So Bahubali is being used for serving others. This is what is the meaning behind it. Not Bahubali. There are in UP, particularly. I am not from UP, though I am Sharma, but I am not from UP. I am from Himachal Pradesh. Please make a distinction.
Very scared from UP, sir.
I am very scared. Actually speaking, here I have to say something. So long, this is also a kind of limited thought, limited vision. I am not from UP, I am from Himachal Pradesh. It is a limited thought. My body is made up of 5 elements. You are from which country? Actually, you are born in which country? Now you are Indian, no doubt. Huh? Okay. Whatever it may be. South America. Say South America. She is not sucking the Indian air. Air is air, it is a universal. Isn't it? Body is made up of 5 elements. Whether the person is born in California or in France or anywhere else, his body is made up of 5 elements. And everywhere these 5 elements are nourishing, You are getting air to breathe, you are getting heat and light. Isn't it? Everything. Where is the difference? Difference lies in the fact that she has a different karmashay and I have different karmashay. Whatever the deeds she has done in the past, she has done some good deeds, meritorious deeds in her previous life, and therefore she is in India.
No, by mistake I take both.
Okay. Good. So you understand, but so thing is, when Meera, now this is a question. Thereafter, there is a small story of Meera, Meera went to a ashrama where only the male sadhus were staying, Male sadhus. Sadhu, the saintly person. And the sun was about to set. One 70-year-old sadhu came to Meera and said, Meera, you go away from here and you will find after 1 mile there is one ashrama. Only female sadhus are residing there, So you go there and stay there. Don't stay here. Then Meera laughed at him. What she said? She asked him, तुम सन्यासी कब से हो? बोले बचपन से सन्यासी हूं. अब कितनी उम्र हो गई? 70 years. बोले तो इस 70 years में तुमको आज भी मैं स्त्री दिख रही हूं क्या? तो मीरा ने वो साधु मीरा का भक्त हो गया बाद में, मीरा का भक्त. There's no difference between the gender even, but to talk of this boundaries, no. But man believes in division, dear friends. This is the cause of our problems. Man believes in division. We have divided the land, we have divided the ocean, we have divided the sky even. What to talk of other things? So long this division is present, and we are living in division. We are living in Dvaita. This is the problem. So we have to think, and accordingly, unless we pay thought to this, everything is being provided to you by Mother Nature. Seasons are changing, everything is being provided to you. Patanjali says in his Yoga Sutra, Aste pratisthayam sarvaratnopasthanam. Now you will be astonished to note that the interpreters, they have interpreted this as sarvaratnopasthanam. You will get some treasure, under the earth, somewhere. That is the meaning they have given. Is it applicable to Patanjali? No, not at all. If you go through the Sanskrit commentaries, you will find. So we have to keep our eyes open while reading the book also. What does this mean? Patanjali says, if you follow this asteya, this virtue in life, what happens to you? Everything will be provided to you by the Mother Nature. You should have this kind of faith. You have to learn to live in tune with Mother Nature. And if you learn to live in tune with Mother Nature will provide you everything. Because everything is being provided to you. Whatever is essential for you, for your living, that will be provided by the Mother Nature. So some way or other, we have to change our mindset. So in the beginning, one must pass a resolution. One must think about. Long back in 2002, someone requested that you should write something on Guru Purnima day. And I wrote, and I was not knowing. And I wrote darkness to light. Guru as an awakener. Guru as an awakener, darkness to light, something like that. That was the shirshak of the, and it was published in the Speaking Tree in the Times of India. This paper is having with me also, wherein I have mentioned Dattatreya. Have you heard the name of Dattatreya? महाराष्ट्र 24 गुरु थे उनके. हाउ मेनी गुरुज? इट डज नॉट मीन 24 गुरु थे उनको, 24 मास्टर्स. He has learned from the earth, he has learned from the snake, he has learned from whatever the surrounding. It depends upon the individual's mindset, which is very, very important. Therefore, I am emphasizing, not only yesterday, today, or every day. I am emphasizing on this. So, mindset is required to be changed. And if we change this mindset today, the mindset is, I should have this much money, I should keep this money in the bank, and then only the interest will come and I will be able to do this and that. You don't have that faith on this Mother Nature. This Mother Nature is going to provide you everything. कोई भूखा नहीं मरता है. So, friends, Chand Kapali has changed his mind. Now he is interested to understand the reality, and therefore he said that let me know this Gatastha Yoga, what is this Gatastha Yoga, so that I can attain this reality, or I can understand this reality. So, sadhu sadhu mahabaho, yanmam tum paripritchasi, whatever you are asking me, it is worth appreciating, sadhu. Whenever in day-to-day life, when we are talking, and if someone says something good, we say sadhu, sadhu. And we used to give sadhu bath in Hindi. Sadhu, it is worth appreciating that you are asking about this reality. Now, when Nachiketa was asking to Jamaraj, he was refusing to give this knowledge, Atmagyan chhod ke tum kuch bhi mang lo mere se. Whatever you want, that will be provided to you. But don't ask about the Atmagyan. So it is a wonderful sadhu sadhu mahabaho. It is worth appreciating that person like you who is having muscle power, also having this serving this society, So if you are asking pariprachasi, that will be given to you. Kathyami te vats savadhano avadhare. But you have to be attentive while don't miss anything. That is what he says. You should be savadhanam avadhare. Attentively you have to listen. So first and foremost he says, first you should understand nasti maya samam pasha, samah pasho, nasti yogat param balam, nasti jnanat paro bandhur, nahankarat paro ripu. First and foremost, see, this is to be understood. These four factors you have to understand in the beginning. Yesterday I have discussed all this with you. So Maya, it is a kind of ignorance. It is a kind of delusion. We don't see that in all the instruments the electricity is working. One day, I was sitting with Swami Anubhavananda ji, because he is Vedantin. I asked a question to Swami Anubhavananda ji, because he considers me, he loves me, in other words, I can say. So I asked, and freely we are discussing. So I asked one question. I said, Swamiji, you people say, means Vedantin says, Brahm Satyam Jagata Mithya, Jivo Brahma Ekyam. Now Swamiji, let me know which Jagat is Mithya. This Jagat cannot be Mithya, Swamiji, I said. This Jagat which gives you air to breathe. This Jagat gives you heat and light. Everything is being provided by this Jagat. How this Jagat can be Mithya? This Jagat cannot be Mithya. So which Jagat is Mithya? So he said, you are capable, you let me know what you want to say. So I said, Swamiji, I am living in my Jagat which I have made. What is that? Jagat of me and mine. This is me, Sharma, and this is mine. And this is not mine. So I have separated. I am not living in this Jagat. I am living in the Jagat which I have made. And this Jagat is Mithya. Me and mine. Do you understand what I am talking about? So long this Maya Pash. Pash is a kind of bandhan. Pash is a kind of knot, So long, this is a perception error. We don't see that in all the instruments the same energy, electricity is working, and this energy is connected with the powerhouse. The whole energy is one and the same. That is what is Atma, and that is what is the Brahman. So there is no difference at all. So long we have a Jiva Bhav, this is a problem. So Maya, this delusion, perception error, we can say, so long So this perception error does not allow us to see behind. This is the problem. As yesterday I was talking about सत्य में असत्य में सत्य देखना. There is asatya. This body is asatya. But I am thinking that it is permanent. This is perception error. I have misidentified myself with this body, or phenomena associated with that. This is my home, this is my house, this is my car, this is my son, this is my wife, this is my that. There are two kinds of Vyavaharik Satta and Paramarthik Satta. One who is having the background of Paramarthik Satta, they are understanding and behaving and living in Vyavaharik Satta as a lotus. So, Maya, Nasti Maya, this is what we have to understand. Yogat Param, without yoga, as I yesterday talking, if you are having the by-hearted the whole Vedas, by-hearted the Gita, by-hearted, this will not work. Let me tell you one story. Are you interested to listen stories?
Yes.
Because ultimately you will say, Dr. Sharma came from Lonavala, he was just telling the stories, you know. एक आदमी, one, you may call it him a hunter, who was catching the parrot. You know, parrot. So one saintly person was observing that he is catching the parrot and selling out in the market, and people are keeping them in the cage, you know. These are the free world, they should be free. So he caught a parrot, he took one parrot from him and taught him a lesson. What is the lesson? शिकारी आएगा, दाना डालेगा, जाल बिछाएगा, फंसा ले जाएगा, हम फंसेंगे नहीं. Let me translate it. Means there will be a net, there will be seed. So don't sit on the seed. If you sit on the seed, you will be caught. That is the lesson actually. So the person who was catching the parrot was a bit disturbed because his livelihood was depending on this aspect. So he thought, okay, today it is necessity, so he bent, spread the seed, and there was a net, you know. The whole parrot, they are coming, means this saintly person taught him this lesson, and when he was properly learned the lesson, he left the parrot. And wherever this parrot was sitting, he was singing the same song, reciting the same mantra. And all people, they learnt the mantra, the same mantra. All people means all parrot, they learnt the same, what you call the mantra. Then, when he spread the seed, all parrot they are coming, singing the same song, you know, reciting the same mantra, and set on the seed. He caught all the parrot. Now he is going towards his residence, and all the parrot again singing the same song. What is the use of this kind of education? If we are not applying in our day-to-day life, what is the use? Whenever you are applying anything in your life, that application is nothing but yoga, my dear friends. That is what I wanted to say. So therefore, don't consider that kind of education which you don't apply in your day-to-day life. So that is what is yoga. This is a bal. This will give you strength. Otherwise, as I said, if you follow this Satya whole day, you have passed a resolution in the morning to speak. Why we should speak truth only? See, there is one example in Mahabharata. When Ashwatthama was killed, Dronacharya went directly to Yudhishthira because he is Dharmaraj. He will never speak lies. But his statement was manipulated. Ashwatthama hataha, narova kunjarova. Whether he was an elephant or man, I do not know. This manipulated statement, and till date we are quoting the same statement. So we should not manipulate because if you speak one lie, dear friends, you have to support that lie with thousands of lies. And in spite of that, your lie will be exposed. Rahman has written a beautiful doha. Khaj, khoon, khansi, khushi. Khaj means itching. Itching. You know itching? Itching, you know? Yes. So whenever there is a itching, automatically your hand goes there. Mechanically it goes. You are not aware, your hand is going. Khaj, khoon, if you are murder. Khoon means murder. Khansi, coughing. Automatically, whether you are in meditation, if coughing will be there. Khansi, khushi, if you are happy. Bear, if you have some animosity with someone, if he comes in front of, if he or she comes in front, automatically your gesture, posture will be changed. You know? Khaj, khoon, khansi, khushi. Bear, preeti, madpan. Preeti, if you fall in love with someone, that will also be reflected. You will not be able to hide. Bear, preeti, mad. Nahiman dave na dabe, janat sakal jahan. All these things cannot be hide. They will come, it will be exposed. So, and Patanjali says that if you get established in speaking the truth, then what will happen to you? Whatever you, kriyafal ashritum, whatever you speak, it will become truth. That is what we call Vak Shakti, Vak Siddhi we call it. If you speak truth, whatever you speak, it will become truth. If you say, Mangalam Bhavatu, so Mangalam will Bhavatu. So this is a kind of yoga yoga, nasti yoga parambalam. So it is that power, Nasti jnanat paro bandhu. The best friend in one's life is the jnana. And jnana, you have also jnana. I have also jnana. Every one of us is having, all are jnani. Some of us, they are jnani about how to earn money. Some of us jnani how to cheat others, how to speak lies, so it will be like a truth, That is also jnani. All are jnani. But jnana of what? Towards the tattva jnana. So tattva jnana. So that some knowledge about the reality must be there. Bandhur, na ahankarat paro ripu. Ahankar, our ego. Yesterday we were talking a lot. Abhyasat kadi varnanam yatha shastrani bodhet tatha yogam samasadya tattu jnanam cha labhyate. Now, if you want that in one day you will be able to enlighten your Kundalini Shakti in one day, is it possible? Not possible. So that is what Gyanadis wanted to convey. Abhyasat. So you need, as Patanjali says, tatra sthito yatno abhyasa. Whatever you want to achieve, you have to continuously do that. उस स्थिति को प्राप्त करने के लिए repeated effort, whatever the effort is you are doing, this is called abhyasa. And satu dirgha kala nairantarya satkara sevito did bhumi. Your attitude towards that practice should be receptive, and continuity is to be maintained, and you should do it for a long period of time. Sometime your previous samskaras, they come in between, they do not allow you to proceed further sometime. And it happens with the people who are in this pursuit, who are interested to unfold their spiritual side. Sometimes the previous samskaras, they are coming and they are disturbing us. They are working like a hindrances in our path. So, if you are calm and quiet, you will be able to understand this. But you have to continue. You should not leave this. As in Chanakya Niti, Chanakya has said, Prarabhyatena khalu bigna bhayena niche. There are three types of people in the world. What are they? One, they do not start their work because there is a fear that I may be failed. So they do not start the work. The second type of people, they start the work, but whenever there is a hindrances, they will stop. And there are third type of people. If you go to my room, if you want to open my laptop, then you have to find this password, do or die. Do or die. This is the password. So the people who start the work, any kind of problem, any kind of hindrances, obstacle in the path, they never stop. They wait, continue. So that kind of abhyas is needed. The child in the beginning learns alphabets, Kadi Varnanam, alphabets, Ka, Ka, Ga, Ga, A, B, C, D. And then they are able to make the sentences thereafter, after long. You don't expect you go to the kindergarten and write a PhD dissertation. Is it possible? So don't think that if you are Bayobridh, it does not mean that you are Gyanbridh also. It does not mean that you are Gyanbridh. You may be 80 years old. It does not mean you may be ABCD, you may be learning ABCD of this spiritual aspect. So that is what is mentioned here. So therefore he says, slowly you have to proceed further. In the beginning you have to learn alphabets as the child learns alphabet, and thereafter he is able to make the sentences, Similarly he says, Tatha yogam samasadya tattva jnanam cha labhyate. Then only, similarly, you have to, yogam samasadya, you have to opt this path of yoga, and slowly you will be able to understand or obtain the tattva jnana, that reality. Slowly. Not immediately. So it may be sometime. Have you heard about this Prakriti Lean Yogis and Videhi Yogis? As yesterday I was talking about this a small child of 5 years, extraordinary, from Indore. So these people are extraordinary. It does not mean because he has earned this in his previous life. Whenever so-called death comes, whatever the progress we have done, it is a kind of evolution, dear friends, and wherever you have left, you start from there. And that's why I say, when Ashtanga Yoga, wherever you have left, you start from there. So that is the beauty. So, but it takes it may take lives together to reach to that state. But so we should not be hurry, we should not be so much कि भाई मुझे मिलना ही चाहिए, आज मैंने ऐसा किया, 2 दिन किए नहीं और चौथे दिन रिजल्ट मांगते हैं हम. So nowadays, because there is a tendency now, because in the society, if your stomach pain, someone says that go to the Ayurvedic physician, he will give you some Ayurvedic and there will be no side effect. Now you will go to instantly you want that this pain is to be relieved some way or other. So you go for the allopathy. You don't care for the side effects of the allopathy because you want instant relief. This is the problem. So here also he has given the Jasi Kadi Varnanam Abhyasat, only that as the child first learn the alphabets, he do this practice for a long period of time, then only he will be able to make the sentences. Similarly, we have to slowly walk on this path and ultimately we will reach to the Sukritai dushkritai karye jayate praninam ghata. This ghata, this body, praninam, not only human being but all the creatures. When he says praninam ghata, it is applicable to all the creatures. All this is how it is produced. Sukritai dushkritai karye. Sukritai means meritorious and dushkritai means demeritorious, good or bad you can say. The karya means karma. Whatever the deeds you have done in the past, accordingly you have achieved this ghat. Whatever you have today at your disposal, it is only you have earned this. It is based on your duskrit and sukrit. Sukrit means the meritorious and demeritorious. All the creatures, they have got this ghata body only on the basis of their own meritorious and demeritorious karmas. So, ghatat again, ghatat udpadyate jnanam, this karma. Again this ghatat, again we are performing the same type of duskrit and sukrit. In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, there are three Shukla Krishna and Shukla Krishna. Trividham Itaresham. Shukla Krishnam Trividham Itaresham. Shukla Karma means Punya Karma. Punya Karma means meritorious. Shukla Karma. And Krishna Karma, demeritorious, bad karma. And admixture of two. Punya and Pap, dono mix. These are the three kinds of karmas. And in Bhagavad Gita also, Kamya Karma, Nishkam Karma and Sakam Karma. What is Sakam Karma? Whatever the karma you are doing with some expectation for yourself, it is called Sakam. Whenever you are doing something for the welfare of others, it is called Nishkam. You don't have any expectation. So whenever you are doing something for others without any expectation, it is called Nishkam. And this Nishkam karma is going to liberate you, and Sakam karma is going to bind you. So Sakam karma of रेशम का धागा हो चाहे मुंज का धागा हो या संगल हो या सोने की चैन हो जिससे आपको बांधा जाए, आखिरी this is said to be a bondage, you know. So Sukrit is also, but ultimately in the beginning we have to develop that kind of habit with a view to do good for others. Automatically, if you do good for others, you will get in return the same. Whatever you are sowing, that you are going to cut. So therefore, this is a karma siddhanta, in other words. Yesterday I was talking about na bhuktam kshiyate karma. Whatever the deeds we have done in the past, you have to experience, whether they are painful or pleasurable. You cannot escape. No one can. Even people used to say you can wash out the karmasha. No, you cannot do that. You have to. Washing out the karmasha is a different connotation. Means you develop that ability to pay, means accept that. As I was giving the example yesterday of Ramana Maharshi Ji Maharaj. You know, this how Vivekananda Ji died, everyone knows. How there are so many. So it is na bhuktam, you have to do. Even Ramchandra Ji, he has to go to the forest. Na bhuktam kshiyate karma. So if we pay attention to this fact, if we think on this line time and again, as we are thinking about the worldly affairs, you know, time and again, and therefore we are reminded time and again. When you go to the go to attend a funeral ceremony of someone, at the point the time comes when you are keeping the person on the funeral pyre, you think at this moment that as if you are being kept on the funeral pyre. Just for the moment, we call it Shamshan Vairagya. And when you keep your back towards the funeral place, thereafter the whole prapanch you are reminded with your whole prapanch. Friends, this is what, unless you think over, that is abhyas. That is what is the abhyas. Always you have to think over it. Always continuously, without break, you have to keep yourself engaged in this pursuit. Then only you will be successful. Then only you may reach to the Tattva Jnana. And then this karma, sukrit and dushkrit karma. This is the karma siddhanta. Ghatat utpadyate karma ghati yantram yathavamit. You know this machine, bullocks, in the olden days people were using the bullocks, This is ghati yantra, we call it. पानी निकालने के लिए कंटिन्यूसली ये घूमता रहता है, whatever you call it, I don't know. So this is the way, means it is a kind of all round and around, it is moving around and around. Similarly, this becomes the cause of this cycle of birth and death, again and again we are doing. So therefore, yesterday I was talking about the heyam dukham anagatam. So the pain which is not yet come, that can be avoided. This is to be understood. You can stop this process if you add your awareness. Very simple. You can stop this process of birth and death, or this cycle of birth and death, only with your awareness, with your jagrukta. It's this slowly, yes. Yes.
And whatever we are doing karma, that will prove in the next step.
Actually, what happens, sir, to be very, very frank, whatever has happened with you in your past, you are being reminded about that time and again. You become one with that. We call it, we are brooding about the past all the time. Whenever you are brooding about the past, now you go to vikalpa, imagination. Oh, if I do this, it will happen to me. If I do that, this will happen to me. It is a kind of imagination, fancies we call it. This is a vikalpa. So either we are brooding about the past, or we are imagining about the future. We never live in the present. And that's why we are performing our actions mechanically in day-to-day life. So the purpose is, don't brood about the past. You cannot do anything about the past. Past is past, if it never come back. So don't think about the past. Even though don't think about the future, try to live in the present. Live in the present means you have to add your awareness, whatever you do. Why you are doing this? What is the purpose? What is the motive behind? Where you are going after performing this? If you ask this question, because you are in the present, you are asking this question. When you start asking this question to yourself, automatically you will change. You will divert the flow of your energy in a different direction. That is what is the purpose. That is what is the sadhana, actually. And whatever you do, dear friend, if it is not being reflected on your behavior in day-to-day life, what is the use of it? No use. Your sadhana should be reflected. You should become a role model. I used to say whenever that yoga teacher should be a role model for the others. If you are teaching yoga, you should be a role model for others. And if we become, Vivekananda was a role model, isn't it? for all of us. Lahari Maharsh's Yogananda tradition, that is a role model for us. So, yes. You don't understand? Of course. Whatever you do, whatever the action, there must be some reaction. It may be good, it may be bad. Of course, their lives together, not only one life, lives together. That is what we were talking about, that we can change is, you just observe whatever is happening. So at this moment you should think it is happening because of the will of God and go on accepting it. Don't react. You understand what I am talking? Don't react it. Whatever is happening, accept it.
But the karma from today, no defect, the karma. We can change, because if I have awareness, reaction, I don't have no reaction.
So slowly you will be withdrawing,
Yes, but whatever karma was there, that is not karma.
Actually, if you go through Bhagavad Gita now, I would not, I would like to stop this discussion. Kim karmeti kavyopyatra mohita, Bhagavad Gita says. It is very difficult because it is this topic, if you go on discussing, it will never be completed. So kim karmeti kavyopyatra mohita, not me and you, but the great people,
No touch.
Yes. So it is a matter of individual. You have to start just whatever is being suggested to you just follow that. Don't brood about the past. Don't think about the future. Don't go to the Vikalpa and don't go to the past Smriti. Okay? Just try to live in the present. If you try to live in the present, whenever some thought comes about the previous life, immediately you instruct your, I should not think about this. Okay? If you are imagining, don't think about it. Try to live in that. Time and again you go on instructing yourself, they will come that you will be able to live in the present. That is what my humble suggestion to you. It is very difficult because it is a karma siddhanta and very difficult to explain. Is it okay? And Patanjali also says, Te halad paritap phala punya hetutvat. He himself says, halad paritap. Halad means it may be pleasurable. Paritap means painful. Because of your punya, dushkrit and sukh. The same one and the same. So, eke sade sab sab jaye. So, dushkrit and sukrit is nothing, but it is one and the same. There is no difference. Halad paritap phala. Punya apunya hetutvat. That is what Patanjali says. Klesh mula karmashya. Drisht adrisht janam vedaniya. That is what Patanjali says. Klesh mula. Klesh means avidya, asmita, raga, dvesh and abhinivesh. These are the kleshas. And karmashya is made up of because of the kleshas. So, if you want to, say for example, now giving you the direction. Suppose this is a house. Let us have the example, it will be easy to understand. And there is a one tree, and some expert comes and says, see, the rainy season is coming. This tree may fall on this house and this house may be destroyed. So you have to check, So what do? If you cut this tree from the root, it will fall on the house, So what we have to do? With the help of the rope, Yes, we have to cut the branches first in the beginning. And safely you cut the branches. Thereafter you can cut the root, from the root. Similarly, in the beginning, with a view to stop the process, to stop the cycle of accumulating the meritorious and demeritorious actions, you have to cut your attachments in the beginning. You have to cut your aversions in the beginning. Slowly, slowly you have to minimize your ego. Then only avidya, maya can be cut from the root, This is what is the purpose, dear friend. Is it okay for you? Thank you very much. Now she is convinced. अब वो उसको तसल्ली हो गई. This is what this philosophy, I would say, unless you have the background of this philosophy, your practice will be futile. Do you agree with this? Unless you have this background, where we have to go, this should be clear in the mind. And when this is clear in the mind, why now Patanjali, the whole treatise is divided into 4 chapters. Why Patanjali is giving the Samadhi path in the beginning? Why? There is a question. He would have started with Sadhana path, but Sadhana path is the 2nd chapter, not the 1st chapter. Unless you know your goal, unless you know where you have to go and how you can move, therefore he has mentioned the Samadhi path in the beginning and then the Sadhana path. Now, she started from South America. She saw the map, In the map, where is India? Now, she found the India. Then where is the Cochin, in South Kerala? So she is wondering, Lonavala, this, that. And then she pointed, Cochin, I have to go to Cochin. Then she thought of reserving her ticket, So this is a map. So map should be clear in the mind in the beginning. Where I have to go. So set your goal. Life. What is the goal of your life? That goal is to be set forth first in the beginning. And that is why Ghirinda is also talking with Chandakapali that this is to be learned properly. As this Ghati Yantra is engaged always, similarly this Dushkrita and Sukrita Karma and this life, birth and life cycle will be repeated time and again. Urdhva adho bhramate, up and down. Urdhva, up, down, adha. Bhramate, it's moving. Yadvat ghati yantram gabam bashat. It is only because of the bullock, When bullock moves and this yantra is also moves, Similarly, Yadvat karma bashat jivo, because of the karma. Bashat, as gavam bashat, it is karma bashat. Because of the action you have done in the previous life, janam mrityu bhi bhramate. That is what you are moving from the death to the rebirth, birth to the death, birth to the death, death to the birth. That is what. Am kumbha ivam bastho jire mana sada gataha yoga niren sandhiya ghat shuddhi samacharet. He says, Am kumbha. If the pot made up of mud, if it is not baked and if you put the water in it, what will happen to the pot? It will be dissolved. And if the pot is baked properly, then, so same thing is said here. It says, Ram Kumbha Ivam Bastho. Jiryamana Ghata. As it Jiryaman, it vanishes. So that is Yoga Analena Sandhya Ghat Shuddhim Sam. Therefore, there is a need to purify this Ghata by way of through the Yoga Analena, through the fire of yoga. That is what it says. So only 5 minutes are left. So, and the professor has come. Professor came in and I was reminded that he is to be given proper time. So we are here, but he is going tomorrow. So take his time. So you can ask me 2-3 questions and we can stop here. In the next session, we'll continue it is 7th. 7th one is completed. We were discussing about the 8th one. Yes. Yeah, ji. Gavam Bashat. It is the bulk, bullocks. They are moving, in the olden days. पानी कुआं से पानी कैसे निकालते थे? वही वो जैसे कोल्हू में बैल घूमता है अप डाउन, वो पानी के लिए जाता है, भर के लाता है, वो अपने आप होता रहता है घटी यंत्र। ऐसे ही वो अपने आप होता रहता है, जीव के साथ भी ऐसा होता रहता है। गवाम बशात, यहां पर कर्म बशात, जीवो भ्रमति, यहां कर्म के वश से वो घूमता रहता है। नो, इट इज एग्जाम्पल। जैसे वो बैल के घूमने से ऊपर नीचे होता है, अप डाउन होता है और पानी निकलता है कुएं में से, ऐसे ही लगातार वो कर्म, जीव के कर्म के वश से वो बार बार वो घूमता रहता है। कहां? जन्म मृत्यु के चक्कर में। गवाम बशात बोले तो जैसे उसका घूमना, घटी चक्कर का घूमना बुलक के अधीन है, ऐसे हमारा घूमना कर्म के अधीन है। That is, no philosopher, Vyasa has said this. Vyasa has said this. But we have to use our own. Okay.
And the third para, I don't know if Vyasa said like this, Vibhuti para is for the person who has, is for attract to the person the interest in the yoga. Because don't have any.
These vibhutis automatically, when you see where you have to go. So let me give you one example. This is a beautiful question. जितेंद्र आर्य जी, आपका मैं नाम भूल गया साहब, त्यागी साहब, मैं आर्य करके बोल रहा था। Your question is wonderful question. She says that Vibhuti Pad, but how it is to be understood? You have seen the map, you have where you have to go, you have decided now. Thereafter you do some sadhana, you reserve the ticket, and while coming to the place, her flight was through Delhi, Mumbai, and Mumbai is Maya Nagari, capital is Delhi. She didn't get down at Delhi, she didn't get down at Mumbai, she directly came here. The purpose is to reach this place. But in between, when you started some sadhana, you get some extraordinary powers. If you indulge in extraordinary powers, then you will not be able to reach to the Kaivalya. That is the last one. Chapter is last Kaivalya. So Vibhuti is obstacle in the path of Kaivalya. So you should not indulge. And that is why you don't get, it is a Vibhuti that you came to Delhi, you know, that is the capital of India. You don't get down there because you are not interested for the capital, you are interested for the Chenmaya mission. What is the name of this place? Veliana. So Velianad. So she was very much interested to reach the Velianad. So she has left even the Rajdhani, the capital of India, Maya Nagari of India, and she came directly to here. So that is what is the purpose. Is it okay for you? Thank you very much.